Chapter 6. Attack on the Egyptians. Wingo had finished his party and was tired. "That was epic," he said. "It is getting dark, so we could find the sarcophagus first thing tomorrow," said Boost. "That sounds perfect," Wingo exclaimed. He pointed the others to their areas for some rest. Wingo was still awake, looking over the others while they slept. "Well, I sure am a great pharaoh," he told himself before he dozed off. The next morning, Wingo woke to a noise. "What was that?" he asked while trying to figure out what the sound was. Molly soon woke up and was also startled by the noises being heard. "It sounds like someone is hitting the palace," she exclaimed. "From the outside," added Wingo. "Do you want me to wake up the others?" asked Molly. "Go ahead," Wingo replied. Molly pressed a button to trigger the alarm, which started a flash of green light and made loud noises. "What is it?" asked Boost. "We heard noises and activated the alarm," Molly replied. Boost drove outside and saw that the palace was being attacked. "Why is there an alarm going off?" asked DJ, who had been woken up. "Boost went outside to investigate noises we heard," Molly replied. "Noises?" said DJ. Boost soon came speeding back in. "Manasseh found us somehow," said Boost. "I'll send the troops," Wingo exclaimed. "Snotrod can use the trailer he stole," Boost added. "What is even happening?" asked Snotrod. "Manasseh found us," Boost replied, "and we need you to use the trailer to fight him." "Okay, but don't you need another car to operate it manually?" asked Snotrod. "I'll operate it then," said Boost. "Now let's go fight for what is ours," Wingo exclaimed. "Yes, Pharaoh," said Dominic. Everyone headed out and began attacking the oncoming Wranglers. Boost was managing the trailer well. "You sure know how to use that thing," Wingo remarked. "I figured it out when we arrived here on that beach," Boost said. "Were there instructions?" asked Wingo. "Close enough," Boost replied. "In that case, I'll go in and take them out," Wingo said. He unchained Molly and turned on his exhaust pipe as he drove up to Manasseh's henchmen. "Come get this," Wingo said as he got the chain ready. Two of the Wranglers drove up to Wingo, and he hooked the chain onto one of them. The others tried to side-bash Wingo, but he moved out of the way and chained the other one. He then drove to a pole and caused the chain to get caught, and the Wranglers crashed into each other. Wingo then lit a trail of oil that had leaked from the crash, and it burned the two henchmen before they exploded. A BRDM approached Boost, who was shooting from the trailer. "Snotrod, we have a problem," said Boost. Snotrod managed to sneeze to draw the tank away and even drove to a safer place to store the trailer. "They bought a tank with them," said Snotrod. "Looks like it," Boost cried. Neither DJ nor Molly said anything about Manasseh having a tank. "Maybe they didn't know or haven't told us yet," Snotrod managed to say before sneezing again. "My allergies are worse out here in the desert." "Are you allergic to sand?" asked Boost. "I don't know," Snotrod replied. "I'm going to warn the others about the tank," said Boost. Wingo had been driving around when he heard Boost radio him. "Wingo, there's a tank," Boost said. "A tank? Where?" asked Wingo. It must be with Manasseh's goons," Boost exclaimed. "Do DJ and Molly know about this?" Wingo asked. "You might have to ask them," Boost replied. "I'm going to go look for them," said Wingo as he did backflips over a Wrangler and burned it. Wingo continued his way through the crowd till he found DJ doing donuts. "DJ, what are you doing?" asked Wingo. "I'm blinding everyone with sand," DJ replied. "Okay, did you know that Manasseh has a tank?" asked Wingo. "I did not know that. Since when did he have a tank?" DJ asked. Boost ran into it and was wondering if either you or Molly knew about this, Wingo replied. "Maybe you should ask him what the tank looked like," said DJ. Wingo then radioed Boost. "What does this tank look like?" he asked. "It has the same red camouflage that Manasseh has and also has a gun on its roof," Boost replied. "It has wheels instead of tracks, too." "That looks more like an armored patrol car," said Wingo. "I'm going to see if I can find this thing." He then headed out and looked around the sand clouds. "Where is this thing that Boost described?" Wingo asked as he looked at some tracks in the sand. The BRDM soon came out of nowhere and shot at Wingo. "You wouldn't shoot a pharaoh, would you?" said Wingo. The armored car then started trying to crush him, but he was able to dodge the attacks. "Boost, I found that tank you described, and it's an armored car," said Wingo. "Tank? Armored car? Who cares?" said Boost. "Well, it's attacking me," Wingo exclaimed. "Then try to move away from it," Boost said. "I'm doing that and also trying to take it out," Wingo exclaimed. "That's impossible to do alone," said Boost. "Is Wingo okay?" asked Snotrod. "He just got ambushed by that tank. We should help him," Boost exclaimed. "I'm coming for you, Wingo," said Snotrod as he drove. "I'm going to blast that guy if he thinks he can fight a pharaoh," said Boost. "Wingo's not actually, pharaoh of this place," Snotrod said. "I know, but even a fake pharaoh at that," said Boost. Snotrod pulled Boost around the trailer and soon found Wingo and the armored car battling each other. Get me closer so I can get a good shot at him, said Boost. Try taking a shot from here, exclaimed Snotrod. Boost readied the guns and shot at a bunch of Wranglers that were cornering Molly. The trailer actually works, she said. Gun... shot... Yes, we need to get to Wingo before he's... because he's about to fight a tank, said Boost. A tank? Molly exclaimed. We encountered it and drove away to evade it, said Boost. The three of them headed towards Wingo in the armored car. That's not a tank, that's an armored car, said Molly. DJ hasn't seen it before, said Boost. Yeah, neither have I, Molly said as Boost took a shot at the armored car. Wingo noticed and drove into cover. Take as many shots as you need before he gets me, he exclaimed. The BRDM drove up to Wingo and Boost shot again. You know why I'm coming over to you guys, Wingo exclaimed. He drove up as Boost shot at the BRDM rapidly till it stopped moving. I got this one, said DJ, who came driving out of nowhere and lit the armored car on fire. What was that thing? He asked. I don't know where that thing came from or how long Manasseh knew that guy, said Molly. At least we took care of him before he could take on us. Boost added. The place has been destroyed now, said Wingo. We better do something about the rest of these guys, though, said Boost, who had been shooting all over the place. I'm going to look for Dominic, said Molly. I don't think he would have been fighting Manasseh's goons anyway, Snotrod added. Molly headed to the destroyed palace and began to look around. Dominic, she said, heading into a corner and moving some debris out of the way. Where'd he go? Molly asked before continuing. So the room seemed completely destroyed. Dominic showed up from behind some wreckage and drove up to Molly. I got trapped in here, he said. An armored car thing drove in here and shot down some walls to block me in. Yeah, we just defeated him, Molly said. The Pharaoh took on him? That is one clever Pharaoh, said Dominic. Yep, said Molly. Boost was still on the trailer when Anala showed up. Manasseh found us here somehow, said Anala. Yes. He must have put a tracking device or something on the container we used to flow here, Boost exclaimed. DJ is going to try to look for the sarcophagus once we clear out everything, said Anala. Perfect. I just hope no one gets to the pyramids before us, said Boost. If you want to try to shoot anyone who looks like they are with Manasseh... Anala hopped onto the trailer and began to shoot around like crazy. Pretty much like that. You missed Wingo take on armored car tank thing, said Boost. Oh, that would have been intense, said Anala as she kept shooting some more. DJ and Wingo were heading to the secret path of the pyramids. This is a shortcut to the pyramids, said DJ. Does it work? Asked Wingo. Yes, though there are some tricky parts, DJ replied. Why did you even go through here to reach them in the first place? Wingo asked as they started to head into the caves. Dominic must have predicted Manasseh would ambush us, and he took me through here, DJ replied. Turns out he was right, Wingo exclaimed. Did you tell the others we were headed down here? Asked DJ. I should tell Boost right now, said Wingo. Boost, me and DJ are making our way to the pyramids to make sure they're fine. There are not as many goons back here, so good idea to get a head start, Boost said. Are you going to catch up? Asked Wingo. Yes. Once we're finished with everyone here, we will come, Boost replied. Great plan, said Wingo. I'll guide you through the confusing area so you don't get lost in here, said DJ. So it's easy to get lost down here, Wingo exclaimed. If you don't know where you're going, DJ added. You know the way, so I won't abandon you, said Wingo. Molly and Dominic managed to get outside the wrecked palace and started to make their way over to Boost. I can see Snotrod on the other side of the sand field, Molly exclaimed. Then we head over to him, said Dominic. The duo started to head around the edge of the huge fight and kept an eye on Snotrod's location. We're going around so we don't get spotted by any of the bad guys, said Dominic. As they were sneaking, they noticed Boost was close to a big wall. He's right there, said Molly. Boost soon noticed them and drove over. Molly, you found them, he said. Yes, the place was so hard to navigate because of how bad they destroyed it, Molly said. At least we have everyone, said Boost. Where did Wingo and DJ disappear to? Molly asked. They're on their way to the pyramids to make sure our way to the sarcophagus is clear, Boost replied. Oh, I did see Snout over with the trailer, and we thought you were over there, said Molly. Anala is the one shooting the guns that are on it, Boost explained. You let her use the guns? Molly cried. She seems like she was good at it, said Boost. Now let's head over and regroup. They drove over to Snowred and Nala and began to organize a plan. We're going to go the long way to the pyramids to make sure there isn't anyone heading that way, said Boost. And do we look for DJ and Wingo? Asked Snotrod. Yes, if they make it safely, we don't have to take anyone out, Boost replied. Then let's get going, said Nala. We are heading after the pyramids, so don't worry, because we will be back once we find the sarcophagus, Boo said to the Africans. Dominic will be in charge while we're gone, Molly added as they headed onto the road leading to the pyramids. DJ got across the bridges and helped Wingo across them. These were the trickiest part of the whole maze, DJ said. Considering these are very wobbly, anyone could fall off these things, said Wingo. They haven't been used in 1,000 years, so that's probably why. There's a big drop right in front of you, said Wingo. Oh, this big jump, said DJ. It looks hard at first, but it's actually very simple. You go first, show me how to do it, Wingo exclaimed. DJ drove full speed and jumped over the big hole. Now you go, he said. Wingo sped and leapt over the air, but when he landed on the other side, he started to go backwards into the hole. Wingo, give me your wheel, DJ cried as he drove up to Wingo. Wingo reached his wheel and locked it with DJ's. DJ then pulled Wingo up, but his pharaoh hat came off one of the hole. I didn't need that anyway, said Wingo. We are going back to the United States after we find this thing, DJ added. Yeah, and we can decide what to do with the sarcophagus, said Wingo. The two of them continued till they saw the big opening DJ had created earlier. I had to break the wall here down, said DJ. That explains all the foam wall pieces on the ground, Wingo exclaimed. Come on, it's just through here, said DJ. They headed out and looked at all the pyramids. Now we just have to wait for the others and go look for our sarcophagus, said Wingo.